Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the 2-minute warning. Rainbow
In
over Wemby.
Wemby's face?
Bro, dude.
Dude, come on.
I'm trusting Harden as a top 3 shooting guard of all time.
He flops.
Boy, he needs to push him back. I think Bam Adebayo's, it's obviously better than Kobe's. You can't say it's not. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the 2-minute warning. I am your host, TonyTwoBeers. We are back IRL in real life in the studio. The AC's back on, not in the garage, but in the house. So we are here live via tomorrow, but not live right now. I am here with the Sterns, man. What's going on, Caleb?
How's it going, people? Glad to be back IRL. We back at it again.
So happy to be back in the studio here. We got a lot to talk about. We were just joshing about fighting and Dragon Ball Z, and it made me think about the first thing we got to talk about on the docket is Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor. The most... that fight, that event was the most anticipated fight in UFC history, in my opinion. I mean, John Jones's was pretty up there, but John Jones, stylistically, not in the cage, but his literal style, his Versace watch, whatever the money buys you, was not like Conor. Conor was the greatest showman the UFC's ever seen. Right? It's close to Chael Sonnen. I think Chael Sonnen was great on the mic. Probably, I think Chael was better on the mic.
But he didn't back his shit up.
No, well, yeah, that too. He was better on the mic, but he wasn't as good of a showman as Conor was.
Which, speaking of Chael Sonnen, just a little side note, I don't know if you know the newer coaches for the newest Ultimate Fighter season. It's going to be Daniel Cormier and Chael Sonnen.
Again? Didn't they just do it?
That's the last one that I saw.
They just, unless they're doing it again, because I saw...
I could be wrong.
That the most recent one, that was last year though.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Because I've been watching a bunch of UFC highlights and stuff of greatest walk-off knockouts and things like that, and I keep seeing that ad, and I thought it was it must be something recent, but I haven't.
Yeah,
wasn't really paying attention.
Whatchamacallit? I think it was last season. You could pull that mic down so it doesn't. It keeps coming down. Yeah, that way it stays stuck.
There we go.
You just gotta jerk it around a little bit, and then it'll be good.
I think I hit a button. It's all good though. Okay. Let's continue. We're gonna have to cut that shit out. Keep it in.
We're gonna keep it in. We're raw, unedited here. The new version of the
Keep it real.
Keeping it real goes wrong. But no, yeah, I think the Conor McGregor fight. This is the most anticipated fight in the UFC history.
Yeah.
And for it to end like that, it was. For me, it was kind of heartbreaking because, regardless, minus everything that he's done outside of the octagon, that guy, what he did for the sport in the UFC and mixed martial arts, he put it on the map. I don't care what anybody says. Without him, the UFC is not where it's at right now. You have all the greats before him. Yes, they paved the way for him, but he put the UFC in the map. I heard it was actually J.D. Vance talking about on the Joe Rogan podcast that when he was in high school, everybody was talking about the next, the big fight was on the weekend was the boxing fight. Mm-hmm. Now all these kids are talking about the UFC events. Nobody really cares about boxing anymore. The UFC's taken over the fighting game. There's nobody really cares about boxing anymore. Okay, let me rephrase that. People care about it, but the UFC is way above what boxing was. Yeah. I think they've overtaken it already. And Conor is to thank for that. Without him, like I said, it wouldn't be here. And for it to end like that is just so heartbreaking for him and his comeback that whether he was going to win or not. I knew it that first. I don't know. Did you see that? Did you watch how it happened?
I saw the highlights after it happened because I was at work during the fight. I do remember you texting me during the fight and being like, well, I guess I was right. And I was like, well, that means Conor lost. But I didn't know how.
Yeah.
And then I saw the highlights after the fact, and I was like, wait a minute. It literally happened less than a minute into the first fucking round.
Yeah.
And then I saw that he ended up tripping on himself twice. And I was like, bro, what the hell are you doing? I don't know if you saw what Max said to him afterwards, but he was like, hey, you're a fucking dog. Why did you come back?
Yeah.
Max straight said that to him. I don't know, man. It was a really... Like I said, I predicted Conor was going to absolutely beat the shit out of him. Had he not injured himself, or... I don't know if you even saw, apparently there was a video of him getting injured, or him being injured, going right before going into the octagon.
Yeah, I saw that there was some kind of claim when he was taking his shoe off.
Yeah.
But he went on Twitter himself and said that he was fine. prior to the fight. And then you watch him in the back, he was throwing leg kicks and doing everything like normal. I think what he was trying to do is recreate what he did against Jose Aldo with the random, like, not a random, but a precise one-hit wonder kick or one-hit wonder hit that would lay him out. Because just to start the fight like that, that's very like Jorge Masvidal-ish, where he went for the fly.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Anticipated, but Max isn't really like a roller. He doesn't really go for takedowns initially. But I knew immediately after the second trip, I was like, I told Nate, the other co-host of the show, something's wrong, dude. Like, this isn't something's wrong. Something's terribly wrong.
Yeah.
Like the first trip, okay, maybe he just slipped. It's been 5 years. He hasn't stepped foot in the octagon. He's trying to get, back in the regular flow of things. Then the second time, it was very alarming. And I gotta say, man, I feel for Conor, obviously.
Yeah.
But I feel for the fans, bro. People who paid $50,000, maybe 25 to 50,000 G's for Octagon side because of his name. And it just ended like that. I mean, they got the Patty fight, but
and we'll talk about that here in a second.
Yeah.
Here's what I have to say about the way Conor looked in that fight. He looked very stumbly.
Yeah,
like just the way he started out the fight. He didn't look as precise or as killer mentality as he did against, like the Nick Diaz fight or the Cerrone fight or the Jose Aldo fight, whatever fight you want to bring up. He looked a little bloated too. I know this fight was at 170.
Yeah.
Dude looked like he was a little bit over 170. And I don't know if it was his beard, but like he looked a little chubby in the face area, in my opinion.
I think so too, yeah.
And Max looked shredded for a 170er. He looked shredded. So I don't know. Conor just walking into this fight, I was like, I don't know, something seems off.
Yeah, he definitely looked. I think it's just he looks older. That's what I thought, because I did see that same thing. He looked chubbier. He looked older while he was walking into the octagon from the cave out. Like, it just looked, not that he looked off, but it didn't look like the Conor of young, because he's 37 years of age, So watching him out there, I did the comparison. I watched when the last fight he won against Cowboy Cerrone, when my Bruce Buffer introduced him, he did the whole thing. He looked like 10 times younger, because that was that same weight class at welterweight. They fought at welterweight, and he came back, and I think it's just the age and everything he's gone through, and if I also read somewhere,
all the drugs.
I think it was that's what I was about to say. I think Dustin Poirier is the one that said it. That's the clip I saw. That if you don't take care of your body, you're more succumbed to be injury prone, and for him to have a nasty like pop like that, the way it did, I mean, who knows what he was doing this whole training camp. I mean, was he 100% at the training camp? I saw him making those Polymarket ads. He was out at the FIFA World Cup jerking around. I only saw a couple of times of him training.
Yeah.
Grant, again, don't come for me, Connor, but it's just like I didn't see. I saw more of that flashiness than I should have seen. I'm not saying that I should have seen his training camp 8 hours a day, but I shouldn't have seen him at all doing all this other shit, these side quests. I didn't see Max doing any of that shit, because Max was in the gym, in the lab, getting ready to. I mean, it was probably his biggest payday ever. But for him to be put on the map again, if he beats Conor, that's huge. I mean, technically he did, but he didn't.
So I was gonna ask you, how do you think Max should take this win? Like, where does he go from here now that he's beaten? Because I mean, technically this is round 2, where Conor took round 1.
Yeah.
Technically, are they due for a three-peat? Like, what are we thinking here?
I think Max even said it himself. I think he said it in the Octagon interview that he wants to do a trio. Like, he wants to run it back after he tried to get everybody to cheer for Conor, but it seemed like everybody was booing. They were upset in the moment.
Yeah.
But I think he wants to run it back with Conor, because he knows, Max is a warrior. He knows that wasn't a real victor. He's gone. I mean, he said it multiple times, even like he didn't even want to fight him when he was on the ground. He was like, he's telling the ref, like, hey, dude, this guy's something's wrong with his leg. I can't find him. Yeah. Conor was telling him, no, fight. So he's like, all right. So he starts wailing on him. But then when he gets up and they stand up, I think Max said that he told him, all right, well, stand up. He told Conor, stand up. He stood up, and then that's when he reached for his knee, and then that's when the ref waved it off, because he knew something was wrong, dude. And then he even said it too on the post-fight interview in the press conference, that he didn't want to fight on him. He has his kids there. He doesn't want to fight a wounded dog while his kids are octagon side. So it's just I think he wants to run it back to get to get the actual fight, And I think Conor, obviously, he's on the contract, so he has one more fight to go.
Will that be the next fight?
I think that's it. I think he has to fight that that fight Max Holloway again, and then I think that's it. Yeah, because these guys are warriors. He doesn't want to retire like that. Like his last 2 fights, he broke his ankle. He broke his foot against Dustin Poirier. Comes back 5 years later, and then immediately busts. We don't even know yet. I think it should be released.
I thought it was something with his ankle or something.
No, I thought it was his knee. I don't know. I'm about to look it up because he posted something on social media yesterday saying that he's getting a scan on the knee, and then it's gonna be. He'll know what it was tomorrow.
If it's the knee, I didn't realize that's what it was.
I think it was the knee, but I could also be wrong. I'm just a podcaster. Okay, never mind. He posted this 23 hours ago. A few notes. I will have the results of the scan on my leg tomorrow. The fight should be a no contest and all bets returned. So he wants everybody to get their money back.
What?
But I mean, I don't know how the fight game works, dude. I don't know how.
I don't think that's right.
Because Max didn't really win, you know. He didn't. I mean, he obviously on paper, because the ref had to wave off the fight as a TKO, but it's just not. It's like when you fucking push quit on Smash Bros, dude. It's not a fucking a win or a loss. It's a no contest, you know.
He didn't technically quit though. In my eyes, his body gave out.
Yeah.
He was training just like Max was. Max had a little bit better training because his body didn't give out. Conor's body just gave out, which this isn't the first time that we've seen Conor's body give out.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, Conor still lost the fight. If you can't compete, you stepped into that octagon right when the ref said, you ready? Let's get it on.
Yeah.
From that moment, you are saying, I am good to go. If something happens in the middle of it, like literally in the middle of the fight, you're responsible, dude. I'm sorry. Yeah. And if he's wailing on you, or if he's got you up in a fucking choke or something like that, then at that point, I mean, there's nothing else that you can do. You're going to get what you get handed to you. In my eyes, Conor lost that fight, dude. And like we talked about it earlier, he didn't look ready for that fight whatsoever. He looked a little out of shape in my eyes. And honestly, Max, that comment that Conor made about the whole... It should be a no contest. That's baloney. I don't believe that whatsoever. I think he's just wanting it to be to where he doesn't end up having to take the L, which I understand. But like I said, you're responsible for what happens the minute you step into that octagon. Yeah,
I do. I agree that he might just want not to take the L. But I also see the other side of the coin. It's kind of like, I know what you're saying. Like you stepped in the octagon. You already signed your life away to be in the cage. Once that cage door is shut, then yeah, you have to keep fighting. But I think that counts towards things like if you break your arm, like if you don't tap, you get choked out. If you don't tap, you break your arm. Obviously, yeah, you can't say that's a no contest. You broke your arm, you lost the fight. In this case, he just did it to himself. So I don't know. That's kind of like a gray area for me. I kind of see where he's coming from, but it's hard. It's hard to say that he, to rule it as a no contest. And who knows? Maybe they love Conor, so the UFC will review it, or the board of whoever is the board of who is in charge of the records can review it and overturn it. But I think it'll stay because of what you're saying. Like they probably view it the same way. You're in that octagon. Once that door closes, it's different if you call it off beforehand. Like if you hurt your foot in the locker room, and then you're like, okay, yeah, we're not going to fight.
They've done plenty of times.
They had and that's what people are saying, that people were upset because they didn't want to call the fight early because all the money that was on the fight, they wanted that to process and not be overturned or not returned. So I think maybe that's why Conor's saying that comment, because he wants people to be like, oh, okay, maybe they didn't force him to fight because they wanted their money or whatever. But, I don't know. It's
also, the fight game is very fixed.
Yeah, it's very sketchy.
So you can have one thing be said and then another thing be done the next second. So, it's fights games is a little sketchy, not just in MMA, but boxing as well.
Boxing for sure, yeah. It was controlled, I'm sure, by the mob at one point. But
oh, absolutely.
That's why we're podcasters. We don't know, ladies and gentlemen. We just talk about this shit.
That Pimblett fight, though, I heard was fight of the fucking night.
Dude, I did not see that coming.
I didn't see any of the fight, but the only thing I did see was everybody celebrating with him after the fight. Like, all the celebrities Vince Vaughn, Mel Gibson, Joe.
Yeah.
All of them, bro. Like, they were all like, holy shit, because he was just so pumped. I didn't even see I still haven't seen the knockout.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened, but I want to see it just because of everyone's reaction to it.
Well, he subbed him. He choked him out.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah. Benoit Saint-Denis he went for a takedown. He shot for a takedown. And I mean, he's not a scrub to predecess this. Benoit Saint-Denis, I think he's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well.
He's a
special forces dude. He's a fucking animal.
Absolutely.
So him going for the takedown against Patty, though, is kind of scary because Patty's one of the best submission artists currently of the newest gen to come out. He's one of the best. He goes for the takedown immediately. Patty grabs him underneath, like when they do it like that, or they grab his head like that, and he rolled with it. That's the crazy thing. Patty rolled with it.
Okay, I think I have seen this thing.
And then choked him out in the first 40 seconds, I want to say, of the fight.
Holy
It was the craziest
shit.
thing. Immediately, boom. I think he's instantly a title contender again. I think he's going to have to fight Ilia Topuria, and that fight will determine who Justin Gaethje is going to fight again. Which I heard the champ, he was talking with, I think, the president or something after that win, and his mom was in the room, and I think JD Vance asked him, hey, you gonna fight? Who are you gonna fight next? And his mom was like, oh, he's done fighting. And Justin Gaethje kind of was just like, oh, but that's his mom, so I don't know. That's not confirmed. I'm just Tony Two Beers, but yeah, we don't know if he's actually gonna fight again. So I don't know if he's gonna wait a year before he takes on his next challenge, or he's just gonna take on, I think it's Arman Sarukian, who's the
number 2
next
right now.
number 2, yeah. And then that's the big. I think that's the fight to make though. Ilia Topuria and Patty Pimblett. And whoever wins that gets the shot at the belt, because it makes sense. Because Ilia just got smoked. Patty just got his redemption. I think that's gonna be crazy. I do think Ilia probably wins that fight though. But if he does the same thing Benoit Saint-Denis does, man, you don't want to be on the ground with Patty Pimblett. Is a nightmare, bro. It is a nightmare.
Here's what I'll say, because I was actually watching videos. Like I said, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos of like old like walk-off knockouts and things like that. But I've also been seeing a lot of like not older, but older than what currently is happening, like the Izzy days when he was middleweight champion.
Yeah.
How they start working their way up, and then once they've reached that peak,
they go down. Yeah.
Izzy was like that. I'm pretty sure Ilia, the way he lost to Gaethje like that, I'm pretty sure that's going to be like Cody Garbrandt. That's another one.
He just got knocked out.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, he's been
getting
knocked the fuck out for a while. I think he won one fight since we've started talking about him.
Yeah.
But every other fight he's been,
out.
the one fight I called him out on, and then I remember saying he was going to be on this fucking card. And I was like, I don't know about him. That stupid fucking eye tattoo that he's got, of the dagger going across his eye. Yeah. I'm like, this guy's a fucking clown. And then, of course, he's getting knocked out. Like, everybody's got their downfall. Even when you're at the top. Like, Cody was champ. Izzy was champ. Everybody has gotten...
Who took... It was...
Was it Dillashaw?
Yeah, I think it was Dillashaw.
Yeah, I think it was Dillashaw, because it was that big old rivalry that they had.
Yeah. Which is crazy because he was like having his back in the Ultimate Fighter when he pushed Conor or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, I think I hear what you're saying, but my thing is those guys you mentioned in Israel Adesanya and Cody Garbrandt, they're both old now, in MMA years. Cody's 35, Izzy's 36. When he lost to Pereira, he was 33, and that's when his downfall started coming down. I think same thing with Kamaru Usman. He was around in his 30s.
Yeah, Kamaru. That's another name, yeah.
Ilya's 29, bro. He's still heading into his physical prime. This one loss, I think.
Okay.
I think the only problem is he just was a little overconfident. He saw Justin Gaethje, and you know how he does he celebrates the night before. He puts in his record on his bio. But I think him going against Gaethje is going to be a wake-up call for him to be like, maybe I shouldn't be putting my head first and trying to get the knockout. And I think it was Chael Sonnen who said, if you're fighting to win with a knockout, if you're fighting to win by knockout, you're not going to win at the decision. And I know this fight didn't go to the decision, but if it went to the cards, Ilya still would have lost because he ran out of gas maybe the first 2 rounds. And, it's just a learning curve for him. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's going to get the belt back more than likely. And who knows? Maybe it's against Justin Gaethje. Maybe it's against Arman Sarukian. I don't know who's going to be the fucking champ in a year or so because he can't even fight until December or January.
Well, and you bring that up, and I'm glad I brought up that name again. Remember Izzy when he lost the belt to Pereira, came back, won it back against Pereira, and then what ends up happening?
He's lost every fight since.
Lose it to remember he won the belt back from Pereira, and then he lost it to Sean Strickland.
Yeah.
So even if he does get the belt back, there's going to be somebody else waiting around the corner to get that belt.
I think so too, but he's just still too young, man. I don't think he's going to have that fall off that all these fighters have.
Well, how old is Justin?
Justin Gaethje, Justin's like 39, 38.
And he smoked him,
He did. No, he did. I agree, but
Justin Gaethje effect is real.
How old is Justin Gaethje? I don't want to get his age wrong.
I was like, he's nowhere near 40. Don't age him that much.
He's 37.
Okay,
37.
he's almost there.
So he's almost there. He's same
But
age as
still,
Conor.
though,
Same age as Conor.
Fucking 37, beating up on a 29-year-old like that. The dude's face was swollen,
It looked like
bro.
a little balloon, bro.
His face was swollen.
Yeah.
You're going to tell me that this 29-year-old, as much energy and as precise of a fighter as he is, you're telling me that he's going to look at that man again and be like, I can do this after what he just fucking did to his face? Are you kidding me?
I think he does. If they get a rematch,
I don't know, man.
I think he's going to go in with a better game plan. But it's also like you said, Justin Gaethje's 37. He's almost 10 years olher than Ilia Topuria. He's been in the game as long as that,
Yeah.
So I think that tells, too, that Ilia is going to come back. I don't think if he doesn't win the belt, he's still going to be around for a very long time. He'll win the belt, defend it, lose it, defend it again. Same thing with like Merab. Merab is one of the best fighters in the planet, which we'll get to about the espys because I think it's complete fucking dog shit about Terrence Crawford winning Fighter of the Year. I mean, I know it's not that big of a deal. It's just an espy, but but you know what I mean?
To the athletes winning espys.
Yeah. Shout out to the athletes, guys. It's a big thing. It's a big thing. But,
remember, don't come for him.
Yeah, don't come for me.
Or maybe do.
But no, but it's like, dude, this guy's going to be around for a while, dude. He's going to win the belt back at some point. I don't think Justin's not going to be there for 3 more years. He's not going to fight till he's 40. In 3 years, Ilya's going to be 32 years old, still in his physical prime, one of the best fighters on the planet. I think what we saw was his wake-up call in the UFC. And he knows that there's absolute juggernaut dogs out there. Justin Gaethje's been in wars. This is the first fight that Ilya's gone like a war like that. There's never been anything like that. This is his first war. And I think it's, like I said, a wake-up call. The next fight, whoever he fights, it's going to be a little bit more precise. It's not going to be like, I'm that dude. I have the knockout power. I'm going to go for the kill shot. I'm going to fight a little bit more strategically, a little bit more precise. It's the same thing like when Rocky lost to fucking Clubber Lang in Rocky 3. He went to go see Apollo. Apollo taught him how to box.
Yeah.
And to fight with precision.
Yeah.
So I think that's what Ilya is going to do. Going to hit the lab and be good.
Do you see him moving weight classes at all?
I don't know. I feel like he's kind of...
That's what a lot of fighters seem to be doing nowadays.
Yeah, I think he should stay at lightweight. If he moves up to welterweight, that's the next one if I'm not mistaken, right? Welterweight, lightweight, and welterweight.
175?
Yeah, I think that's...
Because lightweight's 155.
Yeah, welterweight. But... that's a tough division to move up to. The welterweight division is kind of stacked right now. I mean, the champ is Islam Makhachev. He's fighting Ian Machado Gary for the belt in August, I think.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
There's a lot of dogs in that division in the welterweight. I don't know why I can't think of any of them right now. But Islam and just those two names alone, Islam and Makhachev, Islam Makhachev and Ian Machado Gary, that's a tough ladder to climb. I mean, Ilya is one of the best fighters on the planet.
I was going to say, you keep claiming he's one of these best fighters. But
it's just, they have weight classes for a reason, bro. Like, it just, and we've seen that happen so many times when these guys, like we just saw with Pereira. Like, I was
just about to bring him up, yeah.
He shouldn't stay at heavyweight, bro. He's not, he just looked slow. He didn't, like how you said about Conor, he looked bloated. He just looked, he looked big, Mm-hmm. All the weight was in his ass. He's got a big old fucking dumpster truck in Alex Pereira. Sorry,
that's on Coke. Record now.
But it's like that just doesn't fit. Come back to light heavyweight and just rule that division until it's time for you to retire. Because he's also at the kind of the end of his career. He's 37. Potan's 37 years old. So I just don't think they should waste time. Like you said, that's what the fighters are doing. They're going up and down. Robert Whittaker moved up to light heavyweight as well.
Mm-hmm.
But
Robert Whittaker's still fighting?
Yeah, and Joe Rogan said it, not me. All right, he didn't look like a light heavyweight. He looked like a chunky dude.
Jeez Louise, I didn't realize he was still fucking fighting.
He fought in the... I think he was the featured bout in the prelim cards of this
most recent
card.
one.
Yeah. And
Shut
he won.
up.
He won by knockout, I believe.
In a light heavyweight bout.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
Yeah. So we'll see what he gets next. But
That's crazy.
They're just moving up and down, up and down. It's tough, It's tough to go. There's just so many, just kind of stick to your weight class.
I was gonna say, like, there's certain guys that I think that should stick to their certain weight class, like with Sean O'Malley. Like, I don't think he should be moving up at all.
Yeah.
But a guy like Merab, I could see him moving up.
Yeah.
He's a fucking stocky dude as he is.
Yeah, but he's just kind of small, dude. Like,
He's small, but a lot of
you're right.
What weight class are they in?
bantamweight,
Which is
135, I must.
135?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, 135 to what? 145?
Yeah,
He could do that. He could do that. Sean
Yeah.
O'Malley, I don't think could.
Yeah.
I don't think he could gain an extra 10 pounds and try to go in there. He's got the knockout power, but if he were to gain that much weight, I think he would probably end up being a lot slower than what he's used to. So that would just, I feel like, be O'Malley's downfall, moving up. However, Merab moving up, 10 extra pounds. Again, the dude's already stocky as he is. If he were to move up just another 10 extra pounds, I feel like that would put him at par with the 145ers, better than what he currently deals with the 135ers. Not that he's at any sort of disadvantage, but at a 145 compared to what he's currently dealing with, I don't think that would be much trouble for him. Sean O'Malley would probably be a bigger time, a lot more harder for him to deal with.
Yeah, I agree. I think because it's up. The next one is featherweight, and I could see Merab moving up, taking on. I think Alexander Volkanovski is the champ.
Yeah.
Champ,
Dude, Merab versus Volk.
Merab could take.
Dude, that would be insane. That would be a fun fight. Merab versus Volk.
I think Merab would ragdoll him, dude.
I disagree. I think Volk would probably. Volk, don't get me wrong, is getting older, but he's got. I remember that one comment I said about him when he was fighting. Can't remember who he fought. It was like his second time fighting him, but I said
Islam?
It might. And I can't remember.
Diego Lopez,
No, because those fights were easy for him.
Max Holloway.
Maybe Max. I can't remember, but I just remember saying Volk looks like a fucking pit bull who's got rabies, bro.
Yeah.
Like he
played rugby, I think, in college.
Dude,
Like that.
yeah.
So
Like he just shrouds you and completely decimates you with punches you didn't even see coming.
Yeah.
Like he will not let you take a second to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he fights, and I love the way he fights. Merab may have a tough time dealing with that because Merab fights that same way.
Mm-hmm.
He's used to a lot of guys coming at him a lot slower. Pause. But he's used to a lot of guys like throwing punches at him, trying to be more precise with the hits, i.e. O'Malley. Even Aljamain is the same way. And Aljamain's another one of those guys that I don't know if he would do as well in a 145, to be honest with you.
Well, he moved up. He's up there. He's fighting in
Is he in
featherweight,
145 right now?
If I'm not mistaken, yeah. He's moved up the weight class.
Has he gotten a fight in yet?
Yeah, I forget who he fought.
Did he win?
In his debut? I believe he did, yeah.
Okay.
Let me look it up. But no, I think I hear what you're saying about Volk, because Volk's one of the best fighters in the play. You can make a case, one of the best featherweights of all time.
Dude, he's top 5 pound for pound in my list.
Yeah, I can
honestly
see that.
top 5.
But Merab is just a fucking freak, bro. I can't think of anybody who has Volk fought that's anything related to Merab Dvalishvili. As far as wrestling, his cardio,
okay.
Islam Makhachev is the only one that he's fought that's close like that. And Islam beat him with a KO. He beat him with a decision the first time. Merab Dvalishvili, the way he picked up a Olympic gold medalist in Henry Cejudo like a fucking 10-year-old child, threw him to the ground,
but how
bro.
old was Cejudo?
It doesn't matter. He's still an Olympic gold medalist,
But
bro.
you were bringing
And
up
it's
age in the earlier fights.
But Henry Cejudo is a different animal because
Oh
he
my
is.
God.
How many of those fighters have Olympic gold medals, bro? Like, come on.
Dude, come on. If we're gonna talk about Olympic gold medals, we might as well bring up Kurt Angle in the WWE. He's got Olympic
don't
gold
talk
medals
about
as
Kurt
well.
Angle like that, all right?
He's got
Don't talk
Olympic
about
gold
Kurt
medals
Angle.
as well. Are we gonna talk about his wrestling in the WWE?
He would have been a heavyweight champ in the UFC. Don't you talk about Kurt Angle like that?
The only man to ever exist in WWE and UFC. Well, actually, there's two. I think it was Ken Shamrock and Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar. Frank Mir. What does he say? I put a camera up his ass or something.
He said I put a horseshoe up his ass and pulled that some bitch out.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah. Okay. Then that guy
Beat him over the head with it.
The fuck. Bro, when he got in the cage and pushed Daniel Cormier,
Yo.
you remember that? Oh my god, the greatest fight that never happened.
The one crazy Lesnar memory I have. Sorry, this isn't a Lesnar podcast, but
No, go ahead.
to talk a little bit about one of my favorite memories is when I think he's fighting Frank Mir, and he ends up shoving a cop out of as he's walking towards the octagon, and you can see it in his face, like, get the fuck out of my way.
Yeah. Who's gonna stop? Who's gonna get in that guy's way, bro? An animal.
The only guy that could get away with that,
Yeah.
bro.
280 pounds of just pure muscle.
What the fuck is the cop gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, hey, man, you fucking arrest him right here in the
Yeah.
middle of his fucking entrance wall?
Yeah, dude. That's crazy. That was crazy.
For
Yeah.
assaulting a police? Yeah, no, that's not happening.
That's not, no. It would, yeah. Those are, but that's another thing, though. Like, it's with those guys, they're just certain animals that are just, I mean, they're just fucking crazy. I mean, who did Brock win the belt from? Was it Randy Couture when he won?
Yes.
No. I think
It
he
was
lost
either
to-
Randy Couture or
Let's check it
there's
out.
another
I'll look it up
good
right now.
heavyweight.
But let me-
Shane Carwin.
Yeah, okay. But still won the belt.
Yeah.
You know, like, there's just freaks like that. And I
Yeah.
think Merab is one of those guys. You know what I mean? He just takes out the best of the best. I get it. Henry Cejudo, that was his return fight, I think. It was against Merab, which is kind of stupid.
Well, so
but
like you're saying like, yeah, it's Cejudo, but then like think about it. Do you remember when Lesnar got put on his butt?
yeah.
Who he fought?
No, I don't remember.
don't-
I thought it was, didn't he rematch Couture? Or am I tripping?
Oh, wasn't
I don't
it?
remember. I don't remember.
I think it was out. I might be wrong. Before I even say the name, let me fucking.
Well, to go back real quick,
Yeah, go ahead.
Aljamain's been fighting in featherweight since 2024. He has 3 wins at one was a catchweight at 153. He's 2-1 in the featherweight division so far, and I think he is ranked. He is currently, oh wow, he's number 4 in the featherweight
wow,
rankings. So he's
okay.
already up there.
Oh, never mind. Lesnar's last fight was a win.
It was? I thought he lost his belt. And
No, well, he did lose the belt. That's what I need to ask Google is who he lost the belt to. But his last UFC match, he beat Mark Hunt.
But it was overturned, it says, after he tested positive for...
Oh, shit. See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, tested positive for clomifene? I don't know what the fuck that is.
Some performance enhancement.
Yeah,
drug.
including those with Pauline. I'm not a I am a comms major. I don't know how to read. But I think, yeah, it's some kind of steroid is what it looks like. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but it gives you hot flashes and pelvic pain. I don't know. But anyway, he got overturned because of that. Cain Velasquez is who he lost to. Yeah.
And dude, Kane's a fucking dog,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, he is.
That's the dude that was fucking. He fucking beat up some dude that was apparently sexually assaulting his daughter.
No, he shot.
Oh yeah, that's right. He killed him.
And he was in jail.
Or shot him, whatever. Yeah.
Well, what happened was he found out who he was or something. Which
Yeah.
any other father,
no,
which is
absolutely.
why I don't understand why he was in a jail cell for so long. He's out now, thank
Yeah,
God.
thank you.
But he found out who the guy was and apparently chased him down on a car with like a car chase. And he had his gun. He shot at him and he shot the pedophile's dad. Like he was aiming for the dude, but he missed
But
and
he
hit the
missed
dad.
and shit the
The
dad.
dad survived or whatever, and then he went to jail. Cain Velasquez.
Yeah,
went to
Cain
jail.
Velasquez went to jail for.
Not the guy who was being a fucking
what was it,
sicko.
attempted manslaughter or whatever?
Yeah, the most ridiculous thing ever, dude. And yeah, that's what sucks is like being a dad. Like
Had he not hit the dad of the dude, it probably would have been something completely different.
I don't know. They probably would have. I mean, regardless, I don't think any father would have acted different.
any
than that.
differently. Absolutely
I
not.
think any good father would react the same way. So
But that just proves my point that Kane is another monster.
for sure.
Like,
for sure.
he's the one who beat the great white beast in Brock Lesnar. It took him off the totem pole.
Yeah, I mean, he lost everything after that. He was irrelevant, and I think he went back to WWE.
He did
But-
like one more. He did that like last fight against Mark Hunt, and then went back to
Yeah.
WWE in like 2014.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's just there's certain animals that this sport has seen, and that's all I'm saying is I think Merab is one of those special cases, and Volk too. I mean, I'm not trying to say Volk is like an easy task,
No,
but those two in the octagon would be as heavy as it was when Volk fought Islam the first time. Because that first one is debatably. People say he could have won. Volk should have won that fight.
Who do you think would win between Merab and Islam at 145?
I don't think he would go back though.
Islam's
a welterweight. He's the welterweight champ right now.
Or not Islam. Sorry, who am I thinking about? The
Aljamain?
other
Volk?
no. The 155er
Ilya.
No, fucking
Justin Gaethje. Paddy Pimblett.
the
Arman Tsarukyan.
Khabib's cousin.
Umar Nurmagomedov.
Is that who it is?
I don't know. He beat
His
Umar.
last name is Nurmagomedov.
Yeah, he beat Umar already.
The other one, not Umar.
Fuck, I don't know how many cousins this motherfucker has, dude.
No, the one that he's been training.
I don't know. I don't know who you're talking about.
Oh my god.
Let's
Let
see.
me find it.
Khabib cousin. 786,000 cousins he has.
Oh my god.
He has Umar Nurmagomedov, Usman Nurmagomedov, who's the reigning Bellator lightweight champion, and Abubakar.
Maybe it's not his actual cousin. Maybe I'm fucking up here. Hold on.
But he's somebody he's training. Are you sure it's not Arman? Is he
Oh
training?
no! Okay, never mind. I'm fucking up. It is Islam.
It's Islam.
Yeah, it is Islam. I'm fucking up. Never mind. My fault.
I mean, I think Islam beats Merab, though, to be honest. If they were to meet up in the middle and Merab was to go
What if Merab were to go to like 55?
Yeah, I still think Islam wins. I think Islam, he's not going to fucking throw Islam around like a ragdoll, dude. He's not going to pick him up and throw him around. Islam, they fucking wrestle with fucking bears over there, bro. I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but the way, from what we've seen from Islam and from what we've seen from Merab, I think Islam, wins. I don't think it's going to be an easy fight. I think it'll be like him and Volk's first fight. It'll go to decision. Yeah. It'll be a strong wrestling, grappling match. But yeah, I don't think it's Merab wins that one. I mean, Merab's one of the best to do it, and we'll transition into Merab now that we've talked about all these fights that have happened. So the espys happened, I think last night or over the weekend. I can't remember when. I just been seeing clips.
I didn't even realize they happened.
There was a lot of good winners. Let me just pull up the award so I can read you some of the highlights of those that won the espys this year. Like I said, it was over the weekend. But where are you? Let me go over here. Celebrating the best athletes. Blah blah blah. Best blah 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 blah. Okay, here we go. So. These are some of the awards. Some of them are going to be heartbreaking. Let me just go over. So, Shohei Ohtani won Best Athlete in men's sports, Best Single Game Performance, Best MLB Player. Single Game Performance, I think, is debatable because Bam Adebayo had 83 points in an NBA game. So, maybe you baseball people can tell me how Shohei Ohtani did a better performance. Maybe, I don't know. Matt Stafford won Best Athlete in men's sports, Best NFL Player. That doesn't make sense. Because they both won. There's two of them. Jalen Brunson. Oh, maybe like NBA.
Yeah.
Because Jalen Brunson won Best Athlete in men's sports, Best Championship Performance, Best NBA Player. Fucking New York Knicks. I hate you. Leo Messi, Best Athlete in men's sports, Best Soccer Player. Aja Wilson, Best Athlete Women's Sports, Best WNBA Player. Nelly Corto. Wow, she won Best Golfer for women's sports. Fernando Mendoza, Best Breakthrough Athlete, Best College Athlete in men's sports. Drake May won Best Breakthrough Athlete, Best NFL Player. Christian McCaffrey, Best Comeback Athlete. Cameron Boozer, Best College Athlete, Men's Sports. Myles Garrett, Best Record-Breaking Performance, which is, I'm assuming, the sack record he got this past year. Aaron Judge won Best MLB Player. Victor Wembanyama also won Best NBA Player. Some of these things don't make any sense, unless these are just... fucking
I have the list right here.
Yeah, you go ahead. Read the list because I'm looking for what I really want to talk about and I can't find it.
Best Championship Performance, Jalen Brunson. Best Breakthrough Athlete, Alyssa Liu, that figure skater. Muhammad Ali Humanitarian Award goes to Steph Curry. Best College Athlete, Fernando Mendoza. Women's Athlete, Lauren Betts, UCLA women's basketball. Best Single Game Performance, Shohei Ohtani. Best Play, OG Anunoby, New York Knicks.
Son of a bitch.
Best Record-Breaking... I fucking hate you. Best Record-Breaking Performance, Myles Garrett, who now plays for the Rams. Best WNBA Player, Asia Wilson. Best NBA Player, Jalen Brunson. Best Athlete Men's Sports, Jalen Brunson. Best Athlete Women's Sports, Asia Wilson. Best Comeback Player Athlete, Christian McCaffrey. Best NFL Player, Myles Garrett. Best MLB Player, Shohei Ohtani. NHL Player, Connor McDavid. Best Driver, Lando Norris.
Oh, F1 maybe?
Yeah, F1.
That's crazy.
Best Soccer Player, Lionel Messi. You see him
Hey,
wearing
shout out Argentina.
See him rocking
Argentina.
See him rocking the shit.
Argentina.
Best golfer, Scotty Scheffler. Scheffler. Best tennis player, Carlos Alcaraz. And I know there's a bunch of other stuff that's not really that important. But I know there's the thing that you've been wanting to talk about, which, to be honest, I'm surprised they actually don't have two separate categories for this. But best fighter went to Terrence Crawford for boxing. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't know about boxing enough to know who the hell Terrence Crawford even is.
He's one of the best boxers right now. He retired. I think he finished undefeated, 37-0, 38-0.
Okay, that's great.
But here's the thing.
Who below the age of you and me gives a shit about that.
Below the age, probably all those kids that box and all that bullshit, but
there's not a lot of them. There's a lot more kids that I know nowadays that are like 21 and up that watch UFC more than boxing.
It goes back to what I was talking about with JD Vance, said how nobody really is watching. Oh, he's 42-0. Finished 42-0. He should have kept going to beat Floyd's record. But so the thing I saw was that, right? How it's best fighter. Terrence Crawford wins. So I said, oh, okay. Maybe it's just boxing. Nobody really, like, at least the public doesn't really approve of the UFC right now because Dana White and it's all big. People make everything political. So I went and I looked for the nominees of best fighter. Mm-hmm. Or I looked up what categorizes best fighter for an ESPY, and it meshes them together, boxing and MMA, into one category.
I don't like it.
Which is, I do think, is weird because there should be a best boxer, there should be a best mixed martial artist, I guess, if you will.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, they put it all together because I think Joe Rogan says it best. Boxing limits the fighters to one style of fighting. You go in mixed martial arts, you can do all the fighting you want. It's a real fight. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's not like if you run into, granted, there's a lot of other things that could happen if you fight somebody in the street, but you're not going to say, hey, let's fight, and you're just going to box. You're going to do everything that you can to get this person off you.
Kick.
But the nominees were as follows. For best fighter, Terrence Crawford, he obviously won. Justin Gaethje, Clarissa Shields, and Gabriela Fondora. I don't know who those last two are. I apologize. I'm unfamiliar with your game. You're probably fantastic athletes. Justin Gaethje, you can make a case because he pulled up the biggest upset. I mean, you could make a case, biggest upset in UFC history against that young reigning defending Spaniard in Ilia Topuria.
I thought he was Gregorian.
And
never mind. That's Marab.
Yeah. And Terrence Crawford won that award. Merab Dvalishvili wasn't even a nominee on the category, which blows my fucking mind. That man broke history, defended his belt 4 times in one calendar year, lost the 4th one. He won 3. All 4 of the fights he fought in 2025 were all title fights, defending his own belt. Terrence Crawford fought 1 time last year. He beat Canelo Alvarez, an old Canelo Alvarez, if you add that. And again, I think Terrence Crawford, he's one of the best boxers of this generation. He's 42-0 for a reason, you know what I mean? But this isn't a record award. This is an award for who was the best fighter last year in 2025. And for Merab Dvalishvili to not even get a recognition or even a nomination is kind of a spit in the face to not only him, but I think to the UFC. You just throwing Justin Gaethje in there because it was the most... the latest one, but it just doesn't make sense, you know? Like,
so here's what really doesn't make sense to me. I actually just looked up because now that we're talking about it, how they didn't have it split up between like MMA and boxer. So get this. I Google search, have there been any MMA athletes who have won an ESPY? And it says yes, several actually. Back in 2019, Daniel Cormier.
Oh, yeah. Daniel, DC.
2020, Khabib. 2021, John Jones. However...
Good list. I like that list.
Get this. That list where it started separating MMA and boxing apparently started in 2019.
What do you mean? Like they started putting them in the category?
Yeah, like so here, starting in 2019, ESPN introduced the Best MMA Fighter ESPY Award, which was specifically created to recognize athletes in mixed martial arts. 2019, Daniel Cormier won it. 2020, Khabib. 2021, John Jones. Before the specific MMA award was established, the only other person to win Best Fighter ESPY Award, not specific between MMA or boxing, take a guess.
Floyd Mayweather.
No.
Conor McGregor.
No. I'll give you one more guess. And
Best fighter that's not limited to boxing and MMA.
Mm-hmm. So it could be from either one. It could be boxing or MMA.
Right.
And I'm telling you right now, you're thinking of the wrong genitalia.
Ronda Rousey. Wow. Well,
Ronda Rousey was the last one because she made history by winning Best Fighter ESPY Award in both 2015 and 2016.
At the time, she deserves that award because of what she did. She without her, women's MMA, she's like Conor McGregor, but for women's MMA. Without her, there wouldn't be an Amanda Nunes. I mean, maybe there would be because she's a fucking freak, but it wouldn't be as important as she was. What do they call it? A pillar for women's mixed martial arts, bro. Holly Holm came out, knocked her out, whatever. But she broke. I mean, nobody watched women's mixed martial arts before her.
Mm-hmm.
She broke it through. Now there's fucking the reigning champ. I forget her name. It's fucking the Bullet, Valentina. I forget her full name, but she's a reigning defending. You had Amanda Nunes, Juliana Pena, now fucking Kayla Harrison. All these women in mixed martial arts people are wanting to watch. Zhang Wei Li, Rose Namajunas, Joanna, all these fighters. Without her, there wouldn't be women's mixed martial arts where it's at now. So I get it. We're winning in 2015.
They changed it back though.
To what?
So apparently the ESPYs eliminated the standalone Best MMA Fighter Award to consolidate all combat sports. Both MMA and boxing back into a single joint Best Fighter category.
When did they do that?
That's what I was trying to do that. Or that's what I was trying to look up. But hold on, give me a second here.
When Trump came back into administration, they wanted to get rid of that award, probably.
I mean, it's quite possible.
Because
I searched why. Let me search when did this year? Ugh, that seems a little
crazy. There's a White House card, and all of a sudden they take away that award, and they don't even give a fucking thought to the actual athletes.
What's funny too is like think of all the names that the only one name that I mentioned that isn't American,
Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Khabib.
Yeah,
and you basically had to give it to Khabib at that point.
Yeah,
that year after he went undefeated, beat Conor and everything. Like you have to give it to him.
Yeah.
Now we have this whole White House card thing, and they're like,
yeah, let's get rid of MMA because
it's crazy.
All political.
That's insane. I'm so glad we searched that up.
Ridiculous, bro.
That's insane.
That's unbelievable that they would take it away this year.
They definitely would have given it to Merab.
Yeah, they should have. Merab should have at least been the nominee, and it feels like they just threw Justin Gaethje in there
because of that card.
And it's just ridiculous, bro. Like he should have at least had a nomination, and he should have won. I'm sorry. You could list all the boxers, all the fucking MMA fighters that fought last year. Nobody was as active as Merab Dvalishvili, and he has the cardio of an absolute animal. Fighting for defend 4 title fights, all 5-round fights. I don't know if they went the distance, but the fact that he's so active, the fight game puts so much wear and tear on your body. For him to throw his line on the line for that, not just for himself, but for the fans, to keep the belt rolling, he's a champion forever. He's going to be go down as one of the best champs in the history of the sport.
He'll be a Hall of Famer
for him not to get even a fucking nomination is a goddamn embarrassment for the ESPYs, bro. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous.
Well, and I'm going to be honest with you, me looking at it, like, because all of these fucking award shows that they do with the Oscars, and like for me personally, because I'm such a big music head, the Grammys, like I can't fucking stand the Grammys because there is a best metal category in the Grammys, and every single time there's a band that I like that is nominated that doesn't end up winning, the band that always wins, I'm like, I've never heard of these guys before. I had no idea they even existed. So it's kind of like the same thing where it's like it's a popularity contest.
Yeah.
Look at all the names that we mentioned. Jalen Brunson, Asia Wilson, Shohei Ohtani, like a bunch of those
popular.
are yeah. It's a popularity contest.
That's true. That's true because Terrence Crawford was the biggest. I mean, he fought Canelo last year, so that was possibly one of the, if not,
and he
the
beat
biggest
Canelo,
boxing
right?
fight last year. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that which is probably the only reason why that he's even up there because he hasn't even been active for the past few months, right?
Yeah, he. I think he retired. Terrence after he fought Canelo, he's retired.
And when that fight was last year?
Yeah. But that's the only thing he did last year. You know what I mean? Like it's it's no disrespect to Terrence Crawford. I understand his game. 42-0 is ridiculous. Yeah, don't come for me. But
or maybe do.
But like I'm sorry. That's just there's no reason that Merab Dvalishvili should not have won should not have
been
won.
Nominated.
At least a nomination for best fighter at this award show. But you're
That's
right.
absolutely
It's
fair.
a popularity contest. That's why Josh Hogan's doing what he's doing. That's why Colby Covington did what he did. Because if you don't make a splash, you could be the best fighter in the world. But if you aren't being talked about, nobody cares about you. Like Merab Dvalishvili, that's one of the greatest title runs in history.
But no one talks about Merab anymore.
Yeah. Even when I met him, I'll post a picture here somewhere, but I met him way back in like 2021. He was at Little Woodrow's when the first time the UFC was here in San Antonio. He was there. I was with my friend Tom, and I'm like, dude, that's fucking Merab Dvalishvili over there. All the fighters went to like different Woodrow's or whatever, and they were taking pictures with him, and he's just standing there. Nobody's around him. I was like, I'm gonna go fucking take a picture with him. He's gonna be champ one day. I don't remember if I said that. I was pretty drunk, but you know what? I said it. I did say it. I posted it on my Instagram. I said it before. Champ with a future champ, and I post it every time he wins. Merab Dvalishvili deserved at least a nomination, bro. And it's like you said, it's a popularity contest. He's standing there, a fucking absolute animal. He could take out anybody in that bar, and nobody's even taking the time to go take a picture with him or talk to him. It's just ridiculous. Now he's getting some credit because he won the belt, and he's kind of funny on social media now. But it's, I don't know. I saw that. It pissed me off, dude. It's just an absolute slap to the face to Merab.
I don't disagree with you.
And the UFC.
But it's like I said, it's a popularity contest. The same way I feel about the Grammys, same thing with the Oscars, Emmys, whatever the fuck you want to fucking talk about. It's all a popularity contest.
Yeah, but it is what it is. Terrence Crawford, he won his SB, so maybe Merab will win one in the future. If once Trump's out of office, they'll fucking give that they'll give that fucking award back to the fucking ESPYs. But
oof.
Anyway, speaking of popularity, we'll move on to your jersey actually. The Argentinians
brother
came back again against England. 80th minute. I swear to God. I'll fact check it, but I'm pretty sure I saw 80th minute. I was all like I told you.
They were down 1-0. They were down
1-0, and I was like, you know what? Let's just fucking go. Let's go to work. It's over. It's over already. And yeah, it was 80 minutes because the 85th minute, 5 minutes after I left the house, there was a goal by Fernandez, and then the second goal came by 92 minutes by Martinez.
For the record, I'm not Argentinian in any way.
Yeah. They don't know that.
Oh, you couldn't tell by my pale skin tone.
Hey, you never know.
No, but I've just been a Messi fan for the longest time. The only reason why I became a big Messi fan was because of his commercials that he did with Nike when Kobe was the bigger thing in basketball at the time. And I never really knew much about soccer at this time, but I was like, okay, if Nike is with this guy, he must be good. And that's when I started following soccer a little bit more so the World Cup. But I know like with him, he played for Barcelona, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
So like he was huge over there, and then for him to come over into our American league and play for the Miami Football Club is fucking crazy to me. I'm such a big Messi fan. In my eyes, he's the greatest of all time. I think he's better than Ronaldo. I think he's better than Neymar. You put him out there with any other name, and I'm still gonna say Messi's the greatest soccer player of all time. I know no disrespect to anyone else's favorite soccer player, Ronaldo. I even have some of my older favorite soccer players. One of my favorite British soccer players. Some people are gonna hate the fact that I keep saying soccer, but Wayne Rooney. I don't know if that name sounds familiar to you at all.
No.
He used to play for England.
Oh, wait, yeah. They mentioned it.
Yeah. Wayne Rooney, dude, he was a dog back in the days. Obviously Beckham. Zlatan is also a big name that I followed. But in my eyes, dude, Messi's the GOAT. The 2 past games that he's had where they've come back, and I told you this before we started the podcast, Argentina knows how to finish games. They're the exact opposite of what the Spurs were this year in the NBA season. They can't start hot, but do not give them an opportunity to come back, because they will, and they will show you that they are still the team to beat this year. I'm sorry. I know they won it last time, and everyone's like, they look a little washed. They look a little old. I don't know, man. Just watch these past 2 games that they just fucking played, and they swiped the floor with England and then that other team that they played before that. My biggest surprise, though, Switzerland. My biggest surprise, though, is fucking Spain beating out France.
Yeah.
That, to me, I picked France to win that one, because France looked
I had France
decimating
to win it
this
all.
year.
After the USA, I had France to win it all.
I'm sorry, but the way France crumbled against Spain like that showed me that even if they did beat Spain, Argentina's still going to win this whole thing.
They crumbled like a French croissant, bro.
Yes, they sure are. An overbaked French croissant.
French croissant. I can't believe it. It's just crazy. That Spain, they played a really good game, man.
Yeah, they did.
The goalie was on point.
Yep.
That TSM myth-looking guy, Mbappe, couldn't get anything going. He's one of the best scorers or one of the best goalers. I think he had one of the best tournaments in recent history. And Spain just put it on him, dude. I think it's going to be a good game between Spain and Argentina.
Absolutely.
And that's that big story where that kid, I'm going to pull up his name right now. You know what I'm talking about, when his mom won like a raffle to take a photo shoot with Messi when he was a kid.
Yes.
And that's going to be the fucking World Cup meeting now. I can't say his name. Lamine Yamal?
You would have to show me.
Lamine Yamal and Lionel Messi.
Lamine Yamal, yeah. That's what it sounds like.
A tough name to pronounce, but these are the pictures, you know. So it's like that's
so crazy.
Like, what are the odds, bro?
That's crazy.
It also kind of makes you feel like FIFA already knew that's the story they wanted to put. People have been saying, and I'm going to predecess this, ladies and gentlemen, before I go into what I'm going to say. This is what I've been reading off of. I just recently started watching soccer like 2 years ago when I went to school, Tamusa, Texas A&M University. Shout out, Tamusa. But when we covered that soccer team, I was like, man, the soccer's pretty interesting. So I started watching the World Cup this year. And every time I read the comment, I don't know why we have this kid's toy in here. Every time we read the comments, that's all I see is it's complaints about Argentina, how they had an easy road to the FIFA World Cup final, this and that, the refs are this, the refs are that. People have seen, or the best way that I've understood it is that the Argentinian national team is like the Oklahoma City Thunder of the NBA. They're like the Kansas City Chiefs of the NFL. They're like, I guess, the Astros of the MLB because they cheated. Yankees. So I don't know. Like for me, they look like they're just playing good soccer. And I mean, these are the best teams in the world at what they do. So granted, regardless, I mean, why can't you say the same thing about Spain? You know, I mean, England had a great run. They beat out some good teams as well. I don't know. But that's what people have been saying in the comments, that's the only reason why they're there, because FIFA already had in their mind what they wanted the final to be.
Oh, and that's what people were saying when San Antonio got the first pick, when Wembanyama was up for the draft, because of that picture of him as a kid in a Tony Parker jersey.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, oh, this was scripted for San Antonio to get Vic as their number one pick because of what happened with the Spurs and all these generational centers that they keep getting every single time they get the first pick, with the Admiral, with Tim Duncan. It just, it seems a little scripted sometimes if I'm really thinking about it. Like, I know there was that one year where it was super massive when I think someone leaked the NFL script. There was a player who took a picture of what was on the title of a script page, and it said 2020 something NFL script, and it said exactly how many yards each player was going to get, how many touchdowns each team was going to have, the score for every game, and all that crap. So,
people are always going to hate. They're always going to say some crazy shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just know that's going to be a good game Sunday. 2 o'clock, I think, is when it is.
Yep.
So
Saturday is the third place game between England and France. Which that one would actually be. I think that one's going to be a good game too.
I was talking to somebody at work today about it. the third place game, you're playing for a bronze medal. So it's like, in my head, how hard do you think these players are going to play? You know, I know you're playing for your country in the biggest stage in, I would say, the biggest sport in the world. Do you really? I mean, you're winning third place. That's it.
So
like when I play fantasy football and there's a third place battle, I don't even think sometimes I set my lineup. I just fucking let it roll. And if I win, okay. If not, I'm fourth place. If you ain't first, to quote the great Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you're last. So it's like, how hard do you think they're going to play against each other?
So here's my proposal: how to make the FIFA World Cup just a little bit more interesting. Then make it double elimination.
Double elimination. Oh,
dude.
Okay. Oh, what the fuck?
Could you imagine? Countries get knocked out the first time, they go into a loser's bracket where they basically have to fight to stay alive. Mm-hmm. That last team in the loser's bracket ends up facing the winner of the winner's bracket.
That'd be crazy. That would be wild. That would be wild.
Basically, whoever wins between Argentina and Spain would go between the winner of England and France.
Right. That would be interesting. That's a hot take. You should write the president of FIFA.
Tell me that wouldn't get some fucking asses in those seats.
Yeah, no, I would. No, I think, selling the tickets, I don't think that's a problem. I think it's just the players playing like hard. You know what I mean?
That too, yeah.
But I think that would give not only, that would definitely sell tickets, and it would also make the players play a lot harder.
Make things a lot more interesting.
Yeah, it shakes up a lot of stuff.
I feel like they should do that in every sport. Now that you think about it,
yeah, that would be cool.
Like imagine if
if
they do that in the NBA.
Yeah,
like if a team gets knocked out.
Well, I think that's why they do the best of 7, so they don't really need to do a double elimination because that would take forever. You know, like you can. It's not like
okay, maybe more like football then.
Yeah, NFL with a single elimination.
Yeah,
that would make sense. Or single games, that would make sense.
The
Cowboys would actually make it to the NFC Championship if they fucking had double elimination. Which, yeah, I think NBA, they have it kind of good already. Adding the play-in was good as well. The way that everything, I think the NBA is handling it very well these recent years. Adding this new stuff. Yeah, he's no David Stern, but he's doing a good job. They have that play-in tournament. And then they have that regular in-season tournament.
I think that one, it picked up a little bit last year, especially since the two teams that were in the play-in were in the finals. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, not the play-in, the
Emirates tournament.
Yeah, the tournament.
Did you know the WNBA has one as well? Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I actually just found that out, and I think it was the Liberty that won it.
Yeah, something like
recently.
That. Did you see Sophie Cunningham was a ring girl for the Conor McGregor fight?
Okay, hold on.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, let me just say, Sophie Cunningham is probably starting to become one of the more, not most, but one of the more overrated.
Oh my God. No.
Like, don't get me wrong. The Fever are good.
Yeah.
They're a great team right now. I'm still an Aces. I'm still a diehard Aces fan.
Of course. Shout out to Silver Stars.
Shout out Silver Stars. But even though they took my favorite fucking Kelsey Plum, that's my favorite WNBA player.
Yeah, she went. Where's she go?
She's with the Los Angeles Sparks right now.
Yeah,
the
Lakers.
She became a celebrity, and so when she was with the Aces. Anyways, I just feel like Sophie is only riding off of the other chick's name. What's that? What's the other chick that plays in Indiana?
Caitlin Clark.
I feel like Sophie Cunningham is a great player, but she's getting her fame off of Caitlin Clark.
What makes you say that?
Do you even know how the whole pointing meme thing started? It's because somebody was bullying Caitlin Clark. And the person who was bullying Caitlin Clark ended up finding themselves in a situation where they were embarrassing themselves. And Sophie Cunningham just started pointing at her like, ha ha ha. And it became this big old fucking meme. And so now Sophie Cunningham is more popular than Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, she's only averaging 9 points a game this season.
My fucking point!
But you're right. Right now, dude, she is the hottest, like, WNBA star. Like you said, she's more popular than Caitlin Clark right now because of that whole point. There's so many memes that came out of that after that. So many memes, and then she comes out and she does. So apparently this is what happened. She was at the fight. Mm-hmm. And did you hear what happened or no?
All I know is that she did one of the ring girl brown things.
So she was there watching the fight, and I think Dana White came to say hi to her or whatever, and then she said, hey, that'd be cool to be a ring girl or whatever. And he was like, you want to do it? So it was like a spur-of-the-moment thing that Dana White was like, yeah, sure, go ahead and do it, and gave her a card and went up there. She did that. She did something else.
I remember that after the
stock
fight
is hot right now,
Yeah.
bro. Like, she could sell fucking condoms to nuns right now because that's how freaking, like, she is the most popular women's athlete on the planet right now, bro. Like, she is, shout out Wolf of Wall Street, bro. I think that's what he said. I don't remember. But she can, right now, she is so popular. It's out of this world. She's everywhere right now. She is literally everywhere. She had a monster performance the other night, and now her stock is just rising. So
she's riding off Caitlin Clark's fame.
I'd see, like I said, I don't know what happened that night. So whatever it was.
Rewatch that game. Because what ended up happening was, I think Caitlin got into a scuffle with one of the other players, and that player was pointing at Caitlin. So then another situation happened to where it was like they got a tech, or like the Fever got like a tech or something like that. And the person who was shooting the tech free throw was the person who was pointing at Caitlin. So then she missed the tech free throw. And then because she missed the tech, that's when Sophie's like doing the whole pointing thing at her. Like, oh, you're going to point at my player. Okay, well, we're going to point at you. That's what got popular, was her doing the point back because she missed the free throw after she was talking all this shit to Caitlin.
Yeah. I think it's just that point that made all those memes and everything. I thought it was hilarious. I think it's good for the WNBA because people are talking about it all over. I mean, she was a fucking ringside girl now. I mean, she was a ring girl, which is crazy.
For the WNBA. Yeah. Great for the WNBA. I just don't like how she's becoming this fucking icon. Because
she's just an icon living, bro.
It ain't fair. Fine, whatever. But don't fucking feed off Caitlin Clark because she's honestly one of the top 5 best WNBA players in the league right now. And you're just trying to be a bully.
Yeah, she's averaging 9.7 points this season. She has a career 8 points per season, or 8 points. Yeah, 8 points per game per season. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Maybe she'll ride this hot hand to the end of the season. How much left is in the WNBA? With like half the season,
not
right?
Too much left. I do know that because they added the 2 new teams, they may have extended the season a little bit. They have a team in Toronto now, and a team in Portland.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Which I'm still waiting for these new 2 NBA teams to come out.
Yeah.
Man. That's going to be
How much time
fun.
we got? A couple of years, no?
2 years.
Yeah.
2028.
Yeah, I'm 100% sure it's going to be in Las Vegas.
Vegas
and
Seattle.
And Seattle, I think, as well.
And I think the team that's probably going to end up moving to the East, demographically wise, it should be Memphis. But as far as like the way the divisions work and everything, the one that makes sense the most is probably Minnesota.
Yeah, I would agree. Get them away from us. They're scary right now. I don't want them anywhere near
Minnesota going to the East with Ball and Edwards.
Anthony Edwards, fucking Rudy
Gobert. Fuck, they got a big 3 right there, dude.
Yeah, they do.
That's scary. That's like their own version of our big 3.
Yeah.
With Harper, Castle, and Wemby. That's their own version.
And now
right
those
there.
other bigs we got, Jaden Quintus and Terrence Reed Jr., those guys are going to tear it. Once Quintus is healthy, I don't think
Terrence
I told
Reed
you
was
this.
going to do just fine.
Yeah, he's going to be great. It's
think
just
he's gonna
that
be just
size.
fine.
We needed that size, bro. That was our biggest problem in the NBA Finals and throughout the playoffs as well. We couldn't get a fucking rebound.
Yeah.
We have those 2 big dudes. And let this sink in, ladies and gentlemen. I think I've said this twice already on the podcast that Quintus, he was 17 years old when he was playing for Arizona State, if I'm not mistaken.
What?
And he was averaging almost a double-double, 9 points and like 8 rebounds a game against college. As a freshman, averaging those numbers against college athletes who are going to go to the NBA in a D1 school. He tears his ACL or he breaks his knee or does something, moves schools, and then he gets some more swollenness on his leg, so he wasn't able to play.
You didn't tell me that shit.
The Spurs, dude. The Spurs got the steal of the draft, I think, with that kid.
They normally do.
And he's only 18, so if he doesn't play a whole year, okay, who cares?
Big deal.
Yeah, we'll have him heal, get better. Put those
How old is
2,
he right now?
He's 18 now, I believe.
He's 18?
No, he's going to be 19. He's going to be 19 now.
Still, though, man.
But Wemby's only, 22? 10 years from now? 10 years from now? Wemby's 32. He's 29. Those 2 guys together. And if you watch his mixtape, his highlight reel, that kid, dude, is a fucking animal.
Oh, I've seen him.
He's a dude.
I've seen him.
He has so much
Quintus
potential.
is an absolute fucking monster.
The 2 of them, dude.
Him and Reed.
In the front court? Oh, my God.
Him and Reed while Wemby's on the bench is going to be nuts. And
Yeah.
then when Wemby can swap out either one of those dudes, give him a little bit of a stretch.
Exactly, stretch the floor. He'll be able to play like a Kevin Durant that he wants to play like he fucking does all that time.
I do think, though, when he does play like that, he needs to stick to the mid-range.
Yeah, no, I do. I agree 100%. Like, he shouldn't be taking these threes that he's 30% from.
Yeah.
If he increases his percentage and he starts making them more, okay, go ahead.
Work at it next summer.
Yeah,
Don't go to that
ahead.
monk temple or like you did last time. Go actually to the gym, work on those threes, man.
I will have to say, I've been checking the entirety of this World Cup. You know how there's always celebrities at all. Like Manu was at Argentina's games.
Yeah.
There's the nationalities of a lot of these celebrities. They were there. Wembanyama, I don't think he attended a single France game. And they played a couple times in Houston and in Dallas.
Yeah.
That tells me one thing, what I had mentioned about Conor McGregor. He shouldn't be doing all this other shit. He should be in the lab. I think Wemby is in the lab. Right? Or he's resting in the lab. Like he's working because he knows, like, you know, that the World Cup's not coming to the North America for a very long time. And he can easily just go overseas and watch it next World Cup or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think the hurt that he had from this NBA Finals is lingering, and he's going to want to come back with the vengeance next year. I think I said it. He's going to win MVP next year because he's going to come back with a fire in his eyes, bro.
If he were to come back next year, win that MVP, that would be one of the most insane comebacks of the year. For him to be mentioned top 3 MVP candidates, not win it, still didn't get the ring. For him to come back next season, and if he were to win the MVP and win a ring, that would be, he's got to win multiple of those ESPY awards.
Dude, and Defensive Player of the Year, he's going to win that. That's a lock.
Oh, yeah,
that's automatic.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. Unless fucking Terrence Reed Jr. doesn't take it from him.
Yeah. Good joke.
I'm just
good.
That
good
dude's
joke.
also
Good
a
joke.
defensive anchor, man.
Yeah, he is. But he's not 7'4", bro. He's not gonna be.
Have you seen his summer league tapes?
I haven't seen summer league, but I saw
Summer
him
league, he
play
looks good,
in
man.
UConn in that March Madness tournament. I love we have him. Like, I'm not taking away
Him
from
and
him.
Stephon work well together, man. That's gonna be great.
They do. But I think Wemby's just a totally different animal. We talked about animals earlier about UFC. This guy just makes people second guess. They don't even shoot the ball. They are struggling to shoot the ball because they're thinking about he makes them shiver in their mind and outside of their body, like before they even shoot the shot. You know what I mean? Like, no, he's gonna win Defensive Player of the Year at least 10 times in his career. It's inevitable that's gonna happen, bro. Unless this kid from fucking they're calling him the Wemby Stopper. He's gonna be the fucking whatchamacallit. Then if he's gonna be a defensive presence, then maybe. You got a lot of these other 7-footers that are coming out here, so maybe they'll stop him. That's why I say 10 times, not all the time, or his whole career. But which also people are. Last thing we're talking about is that kid that they're calling the Wemby Stopper. They're shitting on him so bad because he's having a bad summer league. Wemby didn't have a very great summer league either. So
which kid was this?
I can't remember his name, but Oklahoma City drafted him. He's same height as Wembanyama. I can't remember what his name is. Let me see. Wemby Stopper. They are calling him Ade Mara. He was drafted 12th overall by the Oklahoma City Thunder. 7'3" center. Not playing very well in the summer league, but like I said, Wemby didn't have a great summer league either.
He went to Michigan? That's why, because he fucking went to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, they were in the final.
I don't know.
Well, they won, didn't they? Didn't Michigan win?
Yeah, they did, but that's the reason why they're hyping him up. Is because he went to the fucking team that won the tournament.
Yeah.
That's what normally happens.
Yeah, we'll see. But that is it here, ladies and gentlemen, for us at the 2-Minute Warning. We've reached our time. We hope you enjoyed our IRL episode in real life time here back in the studio at the Casa. We do want to thank each and every single one of you for the support that you've been giving us, even though we've been virtual and haven't been able to post a lot of reels. We'll post a lot of reels from this one. I think we get some funny shit.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
But we also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, The 2-Minute Warning. Follow us on Instagram @_ The 2-Minute Warning and on TikTok @The 2-Minute Warning. And don't forget to follow Spotify. We're sitting at 21 followers. We'd like to hit 25 before the end of the year. So please share this podcast to everybody that you know and love that wants to hear all these hot takes. But also, we also have our 9 beers, 9 innings challenge.
Glizzies.
9 beers, 9 Izzies, 9 Glizzies challenge. That's coming up. Should be aiming for August 2nd. We'll keep y'all updated. Well, that'll be streamed live at twitch.tv/TonyTwoBeers. But other than that, thank y'all again. Sterns, you got anything for the people?
Thanks again. Thanks for having me, Tony. Appreciate you. And we'll see y'all next time when I see y'all.
Yeah, we'll see y'all on the next one. We appreciate every single one of y'all. Peace out.
Later.